Hi guys, welcome to my studio. I'm Lu, a visual artist, and this is my creative corner where I work with mixed media. Just for the record, I don't edit my videos. Everything here is raw and spontaneous, exactly like my creative process. By the way, you might wonder why I'm filming this in English. Well, for many years, I was an art teacher in international schools here in Brazil, but I've been away from the classroom for over 10 years now. And you know what they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. I don't want to lose it. So I decided to use this channel as a way to dust off my English and start practicing again. It's a bit of a challenge, I must confess, but it's part of this new spontaneous phase of my life. So bear with me, guys. Now, back to the space. Today I want to share something very personal with you. The journey of finding my perfect workspace. For a long time, I thought I needed a big professional studio. It was an old dream of mine since I started painting in the 80s, until I actually had one here in Jurerê. It was a commercial studio gallery with plenty of room to keep my materials very organized and display my work on the walls. But eventually it became a burden. It was beautiful, guys, but also really expensive. Jurerê is the most expensive neighborhood in Florianópolis. So renting a space here is definitely not easy. It was also very demanding. Since it was a store, I basically had to be there all day long. And honestly, guys, at that time, it wasn't just the rent that was weighing me down. I was also facing a serious creative burnout. Did you even know that was a thing? Because I didn't. I felt this huge pressure, both financial and psychological, to keep the studio running, and I just couldn't create anymore. It was a very tough moment. But eventually, it led me to write a series of books about this creative desert I believe many artists or creative people face, where I share all about those blocks and the tools I used that helped me tremendously to overcome them and get back to producing my artwork. They will be ready soon, but we can talk about that in another video. Anyway, back to the story. In the end, all that effort of working long hours under a creative burnout besides the rental expenses didn't really make sense because most of my sales actually happen online. So I decided to close the studio and go back to working from home, just like I used to. Today, I've found my peace here on my balcony. Yes, this is a balcony. I can work at midnight, at 4 a.m. or whenever inspiration strikes. This freedom is everything to me. And honestly, it's such a relief not to have that extra expense weighing on my budget. Sometimes the things we dream about for years aren't exactly what fits our real needs, you know. But I don't regret it at all. I had to live that experience to realize that this way of working is actually what matches who I am. So today I want to show you a little bit of my space and the things that are essential to my creative process. They are all here. So there is my easel, though I barely use it anymore since I mostly work at the table now. There is a great table here. Over there are the blank canvases to paint, and it's very messy, so I won't show you. Not today. Over here is where I keep my materials, paints, brushes, glue, the threads and needles I use to knit parts of my pieces. I don't know if you can see here in these two works behind me, but I will show you better in the next video. So knitting is part of my work today. And all the tools I need are here in this space. It might look a little messy, but it's an organized mess that works perfectly for me. The space is full of natural light, and honestly, it's more than enough. As for the finished pieces, I just place them around the house, and that works out just fine too. I really love the silence, the peace of mind, and the freedom this balcony gives me. What about you? Have you found your own creative corner yet? A way of working that truly speaks to your soul? In the next video, I will show you some of my artworks so you can get to know my style a bit better. And please tell me in the comments about you, about your workspace. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with me. I will see you then in the next video. Now, let me go back to work.